leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Bring your pain and sorrow and joy. There's a place for them upon the altar of life. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. This is a place of grace, a place of losing and finding our way upon the winding road, meeting and parting, stumbling and starting over.
Every story is sacred here, even yours, even yours.
So come on in and do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Amen. Amen.
Good morning. And welcome to Emerson. My name is Michael Lukens, and I am the Director of Family Ministries here at Emerson. It is a precious gift to be with you today, and I am so excited because today is a special day. I offer a special welcome to those of you joining us for the first time, either in person or online. We are grateful you are here, and we look forward to getting to know you. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we affirm the inherent worth and dignity of each and every person through anti-racism, anti-oppression, support for the LGBTQ plus communities, working for reproductive justice, voting rights, and other issues as the world calls us to side with love. We seek to build a beloved community not only here, but in our surrounding area. If you are viewing online, we hope to meet you soon in the future. For everyone here in person, you are invited to join us for social time following the service for light refreshments in our fellowship hall. The fellowship hall is on the first floor, which is this floor, behind the sanctuary, and then at 11:25, please join us for religious exploration and small group activities. Second hour offerings are listed in your order of service. I also would like to acknowledge, that in the U.S. today, it is a special day, so happy Mother's Day, Parents' Day to everyone who has been a parent and a mother out there. Today is another special day in our congregational year here at Emerson. In Unitarian Universalist congregations, when a youth has been in our faith formation classes and congregational life reaches 18 and or graduates from high school, we celebrate this event as a rite of passage with a ritual called bridging, hence the bridge. It symbolically marks the transition from youth to young adult. This morning, we are recognizing Theodore Thomas, Lawrence Scow, Star Ashburn, and Adrian Tace, who have been involved at Emerson for various durations of their lives. As we will hear a little later in our service, our graduating seniors will share their unique understanding and appreciation for how Unitarian Universalism and their experiences at Emerson have helped prepare them to cross over Emerson's ceremonial wooden bridge and into adult life. So, thank you, Richard, for coming to do our chalice lighting, and Noel, if Noel's here. No? All right, I'll fill it.
Wow. I think I'm going to like it here. To Noel, who's going to light our chalice today. Oh, hello there. And I'd like to take advantage of the opportunity while we're doing that to recite for you an appropriate poem. Because these young people are definitely standing at a fork in the road. So if you don't mind, light the chalice. And from Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. I then took the other as just as fair and having perhaps the better claim, for it was grassy and wanted wear. But as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. They both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I saved the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted that I would ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you, Robert Frost. It's now time to greet your neighbor. Please stand, wander around if you want to, and shake hands. A little hug doesn't hurt either. All please, I'll have a seat.
Well, good morning. This needs to go up. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, and it's great to be here with all of you. Since September, Bruce and I have been sharing time with these wonderful young people and using the ukulele and djembes to help them learn about music theory, notes, chords, and rhythm, and even a little bit about songwriting. This morning, our Mojo group of players will be performing a song that they wrote about a mother's love, with each verse individually written by our players. With us this morning is Jai Fambro, Annabelle and Ali Tamak, Pat Hester, and Mars Pennington in absentia. She's not here due to another obligation, although we will be singing her verse. We are in the process of evaluating and looking to expand our junior music program for next season starting in September, and invite interested young folks and their parents to reach out to Michael Lukens, Bruce, or I to find out more about the program that's coming up. So without further ado, here is Mama's Love.
Also, if you'd like to check out the lyrics on the back of your order service, they're printed there. Oh, in the handout, sorry. The little handout.
Right up.
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
mother's love, soft and strong, makes me wanna say your mom. She checks my closet for a monster. Turns out it was just Bill Cipher.
Mama's love, so warm and true, it makes the birds want to coo. I like it when we play a game. It helps me
Feel more safe. Every step, she's in my heart, always near and never far. Time may change, but love stays true. Mama's light will see me through.
Mother's love so pure and bright, like a mom and their kittens at night. My mom makes me feel safe at home, even I have chills straight to the bone.
A mama's love, soft and strong. I love it when she sings my song. I love it when she wants to bake. She likes to make my favorite cake. It's a chocolate vanilla.
Another day that I am loved. I always feel better after a hug. I like it when we play our song. It makes my heart hum along.
We didn't practice leaving.
Thank you, that was beautiful. Now we pause and reflect on matters of the heart. Who is doing the stones for us? Oh, thank you, Reverend Christina. So thank you, Reverend Christina, for joining us. For this morning's ritual, we have water and we have river stones. The stones are smooth and the stones have weight. They're indicative of both life's pleasures and times of ease, as well as life's burdens and times of heaviness. The water receives these stones with ease and calmness. Each week, you are invited to write a joy, sorrow, or concern in this book, or email it to pastoralcare@emersonuu.org to be read. If you're online, we invite you to recreate this at home. You place a stone in a bowl of water to honor what is in your heart. We begin by placing 3 stones in honor of the Cherokee and Muskogee nations of indigenous peoples who lived here before us, for those wrongly enslaved here who labored on this land, and for all those hurting in current conflicts across our globe. Within our community, we share from Audrey and Chris Tice, congratulations to our son, Adrian Tice, for being the Pope High School recipient of the Michael C. Hart Foundation's Spread Kindness $1,000 Scholarship Award, established to spread awareness and give attention to the importance of mental health. We are so proud of you. From Courtney Shutter, my joy is that when Peter and I are able to make it to Emerson, our hearts are overflowing with gratitude for you all. Thank you so much for letting him participate in the stone ceremony and the extinguishing of the light. Our sorrow is we don't get to come as much as we would like, but know you are always in our hearts. From Star Ashburn, my grandma, that I was really close with most of my childhood, passed on May 6th. It's been a hard week. Please send good vibes. From Mary Miller, my husband Mitch's mom will probably die today. She's affected a lot of people in her life, and her family is gathered to be with her. From Jeannie Tominick, prayers for my sister who is entering a clinical trial for her pancreatic cancer. From Leo Edwards, I am joyous to have been able to fly in from Chicago to see my baby sister graduate. It is lovely to see my family and to revisit Emerson. And from Celeste Douglas, our son Theo turns 9 tomorrow, and yesterday our daughter Clara ran her first 4-mile race with me. In thankful awareness, let us say the Buddhist prayer of loving kindness. Please read the words with me that are printed in the order of service. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be free from harm and suffering. May we all be well in body, heart, and mind. May we all be at peace. Blessed be.
Good morning. Unitarian Universalism is a faith often referred to as one of deeds, not creeds. How we show up in the world is how we live our faith. One way we seek to do that is by partnering with other organizations who work to bring love, kindness, and justice to the world. Each Sunday, we collect financial contributions, which are shared equally with our partner organization. The basket will now be passed. For those in the sanctuary, as the basket is passed, please feel free to offer a donation or see a card in the basket for other ways to give. For those online, go to emersonuu.org and select the Giving tab to donate. All donations, unless otherwise specified, are shared equally between Emerson and our partner organization. For those in the sanctuary, as the basket is passed, please feel free to offer a donation or see in your order of service other ways to give. For those online, go to emersonuu.org, select the Giving tab to donate. All donations, unless otherwise specified, are shared. I think this is copy and did I repeat myself? Yes. It's very important. Okay. This month, we share our basket with the Cobb County branch of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI. NAMI Cobb provides education programs, support, and advocacy for individuals living with a mental health condition, their families, caregivers, and friends, as well as the local communities in Cobb County, while also supporting the 5 surrounding counties. This summer, Emerson will be partnering with NAMI Cobb to hold a class here at Emerson called Family to Family. This 8-week class is structured to help caregivers understand and support individuals with serious mental illness while maintaining their own well-being. More information will be shared in the upcoming Emerson newsletter. All right.
Nope. There, can you hear me now? There we go. Ooh, gosh, feels loud. All right, can I have the young and the young at heart come up here? Normally I'd have the seniors come join me too, but they're already here. So, guys, this is for you. Come on, scooch up, scooch in. We got to get close and personal because the bridge is kind of here in the way. And if there's anyone who is a former RE person who would like to come join us up here, as for Story for All Ages, you're welcome to. All right. Today, we have a special story for our seniors, and I'll explain at the end why this one's so special. But this story is called Trying, and it's by one of my favorite authors, Kobe Yamada. All right. How do you do that? I didn't realize I had said it out loud, but the sculptor looked over and replied, "You simply do it." "Oh no, I could never do that." "How do you know?" he asked. "I just know." Confused, I walked away. He must be joking, I thought. But as I left, I couldn't help wondering what it would be like to create something so incredible. When I returned, the sculptor looked over at me and he asked, "How is your sculpture coming along?" "I'm just here to watch. The best way to give your talents an opportunity is to try," he responded. "I'd rather just watch. I can't mess things up if I just watch." "Ah, yes," he nodded. "If you do nothing, it feels safe. But everything stays the same. If you do nothing, there is less to experience, less to love, and less to learn. The fear of failing is the scariest part, and it stops most people from starting. The only way to get to where you want to go is to take a step in that direction. And the best way to do that is to begin." It was all I could think about. Even as I slept, I dreamt of creating beautiful things. I was excited to get started, but as I was working, I realized that something was wrong. With every strike, I felt a little more deflated. With every blow, my disappointment grew. This was not turning out the way I had imagined. It's okay. Why did I think I could do it? Why had I let myself care about this so much? The next time I saw the sculptor, he asked about my work. I told him it was no good and that I had quit. Come sit down, please. Thank you. "Why would you do that?" he asked. "Because it feels awful to want something so badly and then just be disappointed." "Yes," the sculptor replied, "disappointment hurts, but failure is temporary and in many ways necessary. It shows us how something can't be done, which means we are a little closer to finding out how it can. When you first tried to walk, you fell, but you picked yourself up and tried again. You were willing to fail over and over and over, and that is why you succeeded. How do I know this? You are standing in front of me now. I had tried, and I had failed. Now he was asking me to try again. What good would that do? I had already proven I couldn't do it. But if I was honest, I wanted to believe I could. So even though I worried that I wasn't good enough, I decided to try again. I worked and worked, then worked some more, and while I could see it was a little better, it still wasn't at all what I had wanted it to be. I stormed up to the sculptor. "See, I told you I wasn't any good, and this proves it. Are you happy now?" "Yes," he replied, "I'm happy. It's good to see you sculpting. But it's terrible. I don't even know what I'm making anymore." "You're making progress," he explained. "I see talents emerging. I see risks being taken. I see courage. I see caring. I see perspective. Yes, I see much progress indeed, and I hope you will keep trying. I tried again and again and again, and I stepped back and I looked at my work. I had to admit, I wished I was better. I went to talk to the sculptor, and he asked me to go for a walk with him. He said, I know it can be hard when things don't turn out the way you had hoped, but be proud of your failures. I know I am. Every one of them. I can't imagine you ever failing. He laughed. More times than I can count, but each time you fail, you get a little smarter, a little braver, and a little stronger. The truth is, we are all failures. The dreamers, the doers, the creators. Being a failure means you loved something. You cared. It means you stepped forward and you didn't hold back. You tried. That is why I brought you here. He gestured to the statues around him. These are my friends. These are my failures. And I am grateful for every one of them because they helped me become who I am today.
Looks like a rhino.
It does look kind of like a rhino. I will tell you a secret, the sculptor confided. I am now much closer to the end of my life than the beginning. And time passes whether we have the courage to do something good and worthwhile or we don't. It's been years since he's been gone. I will always treasure the time I spent with him, and I will never forget our conversations or what he taught me. When we make it safe to fail, we make it safe to succeed. How do I do that? The end. How many of you tried something and you failed and didn't go the way you wanted it to? I can do both hands, all right? So, today, our graduating seniors, I am giving you a copy of this book to take with you, to remind you that it's okay to fail, because you can stand up again. And inside each of these books, there is an inscription for you written by people. I encourage you, there are people in the congregation who would love to leave you a message for the rest of your life. There are those in your classroom who would. And so take this book and enjoy it and keep it always, right? All right, do you want to pass them out to them? Their names are on the pink tag. All right, and shall we sing our song of dedication? And you guys have to stand and sing one last time. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship. Thus do we covenant with each other. Thus do we promise to each other. Okay, go with Mr. Douglas. We'll meet you over. Mr. Douglas back there, okay? All right. Oh, are we on? Are we on? There we are. All right. Now, as we move into the rest of our service, I'm going to turn the time over to Richard, who will introduce each of our seniors before they speak to you.
This is kind of the hard part. My favorite word in the English language is anyway. Mother Teresa wrote a thesis and it was left in her office before she passed away. And it was a tribute to men and women who do the right thing at the right time for the benefit of others anyway. There's a lot of them, but this one leads it off. Give the world the best you have, she said, and it may never be enough, but give the world the best you've got anyway. Today, 4 outstanding young people are looking down those roads, those Robert Frosty roads, selecting perhaps a road less traveled by, and preparing to take their first giant step anyway. First, Lawrence Gow. Teddy Roosevelt famously said that the credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena for a worthy cause. Only he can ever know the triumph of high achievement. Even if you swim for the worst team in the history of water. Every practice, every meet, every stroke, Lawrence was in the water. Anyway, he went from straight C's in middle school to honor roll in high school while being in the band, on the track team, and on the worst swimming team in the history of water. He logged all A's anyway. Lawrence is certainly on a road to high achievement as he enrolls this fall at Georgia Tech. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And I'd like to congratulate Georgia Tech. He's going to major in physics, which to my thinking is a science designed at finding questions for which there are no answers, or answers for which there are no questions. Lawrence, good luck. We're all counting on you. Lawrence Gow.
Well, thank you, Richard, for that lovely introduction. Hi, I'm Lawrence Gow, and I'm a graduating senior at Cal High School. I've had a long journey at Emerson. My family joined the Little Yellow Church when I was just 5, and I have many fond memories of my time there. From the fellowship hall downstairs to the RE classes in the vans, the Little Yellow Church was a place full of things to do and people to meet. I still remember the move to this new church. When we moved, I missed some of the things that made the old church home. But once I saw the ping pong table and basketball court, this new building had won me over. Honestly, I think this congregation could go anywhere and still feel like home, because I would always have all my Emerson friends here. The connections I've made at Emerson are some of the best parts of this congregation for me. I have tons of great memories of church events and trips to the mountain with my Emerson RE classes. In fact, some of the earliest pictures I have on my phone are from an event with the Emerson youth where we were competing to record ourselves doing challenges. Not many people can say they have a video of themselves singing in a display bathtub at Home Depot. It's memories like this that have defined my social life here at Emerson. The other most important part of my time here has been how Emerson has shaped parts of my personality. Through the RE program and the services, I've learned valuable skills that I use in my day-to-day life. Emerson has helped guide me on how to walk in the world by teaching me lessons of kindness, compassion, and acceptance that you don't often get elsewhere growing up. This congregation has helped me become a more thoughtful person and has shaped me into someone I am proud to be. Now it's time for me to take what I have gained here and hold on to it as I transition from my home life to life at college. It's sure to be a big change, but I'm excited to explore the endless opportunities that will come with college life. And I have peace of mind knowing that when classes get hard and life throws its challenges at me, I'll always have people here at Emerson to talk to when I come home. So thank you, Emerson, for being a place of comfort and joy in my life.
catch it. Oh. I don't know what I'm going to do without Lawrence. Let's see who is next here. Star. Anyway. Challenged by what many might consider to be a dysfunctional family. Challenged by being moved back and forth from Georgia to California again and again. Challenged by living her life literally on her tiptoes, just trying to reach the bottom shelf. Challenged by society's preconceived notions and facing these challenges face to face on her tiptoes. Anyway, all of youers, this Unitarian congregation here, you have lined up to support this amazing young lady. While here, and thanks especially to Michael Lukens, she has been cast in a leadership role, planning retreats to the mountain where she may have found her calling. Youth guidance and helping others to demonstrate confidence anyway. You don't need a stool to reach the stars. Star.
There is a song I really like by my favorite band. It's called Ribs, and it's by the Crane Wives. One of the lyrics that is part of the chorus has always stood out to me and has given me almost a sense of hope or peace. The lyrics go, "The dark doesn't frighten me. I chose to close my eyes. It is mine, it is mine. The night doesn't frighten me. I chose to let it thrive." I think the reason I have always loved this lyric is because for such a long time, my world felt like it was dark. Like the sun had set and it would never come back up. I had a hard life. My therapist tells me I have a lot more life experience than a lot of people my age. For a long time, that made me angry. But I have learned to understand that it is a good thing. It definitely has its downsides, but I have done my best to turn it into a strength. The reason I say all of this is the first time I came to Emerson, I was fresh out of a residential program for my mental health. I had moved across the country for like the third time in 2 years, and to say I was still struggling would be an understatement. I was definitely doing better than I had in a long time, maybe even in my whole life. But I was far from happy. When I came to Emerson, I felt safe and supported. I felt like I didn't need to hide myself more to fit in, and I felt like I was allowed to have my own thoughts and opinions. But it wasn't until I went up to the mountain that I truly understood the draw to Unitarian Universalism. I went up in early January of this year, and I was sold ever since. Quickly after I got home from the senior youth con, I applied to be a PAL. When I started doing the PAL thing, it was amazing. I made so many amazing friends, and I got to show my leadership skills. But I also got to be a kid. The mountain is where I met my best friend Lily, who ended up only living 5 minutes from me. Unitarian Universalism isn't for everyone, but everyone is welcome. Unitarian Universalism helped me further me in my recovery, and so did Emerson. Thank you.
Okay. Theo, philosopher, poet, intellect, athlete, mechanic, Mechanic. Mechanic. Being a mechanic is the art of knowing how many parts fit together for one purpose. I've just recently introduced him to Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, something from my generation. This young man is among the uniquest young men I have ever met. I must live for at least another decade to find out where life leads him or where he leads us. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. Here's Theo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My family moved down from Massachusetts 9 years ago now, and we almost immediately started going to church. We shopped around for a little bit, but we found Emerson, and you have accepted me in a way that I have not found anywhere else. From fond memories, fondly remembered, I will take with me many lessons learned within these walls from these people. Some of my fondest memories, as Lawrence has already introduced you, were racing around East Cobb late at night in order to complete scavenger hunts of videos we had to shoot, whether it was hopping fences in a baseball field or staging a skit in Walmart over the account of toilet paper in the aisle. My words do not do justice as to how much fun and how much I have learned as a part of the youth group and the honor it has been to be a part of that. I want to thank a few specific people. I want to thank Miss Eva Cronin, who has been a very, very large part of me actually graduating, nagging me through my online classes and helping me to finish high school after some troubling events. I want to thank Mr. Croker, who has outlasted all of our RE teachers, who has been with us through thick and through thin. I want to thank Mr. Bruce for all of our music and for teaching us and for coming over and teaching Clark piano and always being there. I want to thank our RE directors, both current and past. Thank you, Miss Beth Klein. I want to thank our reverends, Reverend Christina and Reverend Deborah. And finally, I want to send out a thank you to everyone who goes to this church, here, in person, online, and wherever you may be in this world, who makes up this community, because it would not be as good as it is without the people who make it. Thank you.
All righty then. Adrian. Adrian got saved for last because he was my first friend ever at Emerson. I walked into the teen room, that horrible place upstairs. It looked like a conference room. I was going, oh, this is... Anyway, Beth got it changed. And we looked at each other like, who is this guy? I know this guy. I recognize. It took about 3 weeks before he walked into the room, looked at me, and went, Boy Scouts. He was in the same Boy Scout troop with my grandson. Some of the oldest pictures on my Facebook are him tubing the hooch with his Boy Scout troop. Oh, by the way, Eagle Scout. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous. Well, let's stop at kind. Let's stop there. And also come out and find out that he's a thespian. Give me a T? No, never mind. The worst miscasting in the history of the theater was casting Adrian as a bully in A Christmas Story. Doesn't have a bullying bone in his body. I like alliterations. He later played Rolf Gruber in The Sound of Music. He was 17, going on 18. Now, legend has it that on Broadway, the actor that portrayed Rolf had the option at the end of the movie, as he discovers the von Trapp family planning to run away from the Nazis, he has the option of either blowing the whistle or shouting, "Nothing to see here, Captain." Adrian, had he had that role, never would have blown that dang whistle. Now off to the University of Georgia to study communications, to come what I think he may have been born to be is a positive influence on the national stage with a kind voice. Please welcome Adrian.
Screw this up.
Perform.
The stage. Okay. 1 second. I'm a little bit lost in this book. Yes, here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Adrian Tice, and I've been coming to Emerson for almost my whole life. My parents first brought me here when I was a toddler, and I'll have to take their word on that one. And I've been coming here ever since. I still remember the little yellow church on Holly Springs Road that we used to call our home. It was there I had my first memories of Emerson. I remember Easter egg hunts and Christmas pageants there, and leaving for playtime and then RE in the trailers by the side of the building. I remember the senior youth class was in a house that was walk away in the woods, and I always remembered dreaming of the day that I could go to RE in that cool house when I was in high school. Of course, senior youth is now in our new building, not at that house anymore, but the important part is I'm here. And it's been a long way coming, and it's time for me to bridge. Emerson has always been a part of my life. And I've learned so much from my time here, and I'm ready to take with me out into the world. I've learned from sermons, from RE, and from friends, and just being here as well. I'm going to share a few things that have stuck out in my memory from Emerson over the years. One of my favorite times each year was the RE's annual trip to the mountain in North Carolina for the Youth Con. It was always so exciting. It was a weekend in November, and I remember being so excited on a Friday, about to leave school early to drive up to the mountain. There, I was able to meet other UU kids from across the Southeast, and I have had such fun and unforgettable experiences. Plus, the dining hall serves ice cream for breakfast on Sunday morning. Yes, yeah. Another thing that happened every November was the interfaith banquet at the synagogue off Sewell Mill Road. In my middle school years, Mark Horn was part of a group to assemble youth from all the faiths to speak as part of a banquet. I've always looked forward to speaking to the people of all faiths about our UU values and offer ways for us all to be more connected. We also had a ton of fun RE events as well. We had lock-ins, trips to places like Sky Zone, or baseball games. One thing we did in particular, which you've heard in the other ones, is we did a scavenger hunt around town where we had to do various tasks and take videos of it to get points. We danced on cardboard boxes outside of the grocery store. We had relay races, and we sang happy birthday to strangers. It was so ridiculous, but it was so much fun. Now, going back a little bit, I remember the first time I ever sat through a whole service instead of going to playtime after the story for all ages. It was at the Little Yellow Church, and I must have been about 6. My mom warned me I might get bored, and it would be a little while, but I felt like I was a big boy, and today I could handle this whole service. Boy, was I wrong. That felt like ages to 6-year-old me. I remember lying on my back, staring up at the lights in the ceiling, trying to stay awake. And then, once it was finally over, Reverend Jeff said his closing phrase, "The sermon is over, now let the service begin." And I took that literally. I was like, what? The service is just starting? Then what was that? What did I just sit through that whole time? Are you serious? I understand now, don't worry, I've learned. But over the years, I've gained more appreciation for the services and so much more. I've learned that Emerson is a loving community where I can show up and be myself and be welcome. And I'm so lucky to cross this bridge today with my friends. Ever since the first day of RE, Lawrence was there. Lawrence, Maddox, and I were a little trio year after year. Although Maddox isn't here today, he will be my roommate next year at UGA. Then I remember Theo being the new kid at school in 6th grade and then showing up at Emerson the following week. I was like, what? It was crazy. And it's been great getting to know Star this past year in senior youth. Our senior youth class has been such an amazing experience for me, and I'm glad to have shared it with you guys. And I want to thank all of our teachers as well. This has been a long journey from playtime in the nursery to standing here about to cross the bridge to adulthood. Thank you.
Beyond. I'm on. Hello. All right. Well, you know what they say if it's going to go wrong. All right. So let's begin our bridging ceremony, and let's get Leo, Theo, Adrian, and Star across this bridge. The transition we mark today is a giant step. Guys, I'm going to have you come stand up here on the second step. In a line. And parents, get your cameras out. Get them ready. There's a photo op for you, all right? All right, so this transition we mark today is a giant step from youth to young adult. It is just one moment in the journey of their spiritual lifetime. As we look back on all the things that have led up to this day, it's important to acknowledge the loving and caring role of their parents, family, and friends. To all of you teachers, parents, RE volunteers, and everyone else who has supported Lawrence, Star, Theo, and Adrian by driving them to and from events, chaperoning, teaching, staying up all night, practicing their talks, being present in the good and the bad times, cheering them on in their individual successes. You made a difference, and it's done. They're done. However you look at it, you are part of their Emerson family, and how proud you must be of them. I know each of them thanks you for being present. You have made a big difference in big and small ways.
Star, Lawrence, Theo, and Adrian, for years you have watched as other graduating seniors have walked across this bridge, and today it is your turn.
For our bridging ritual, it is the children of Emerson who have the responsibility of sending our seniors across the bridge here in the sanctuary to symbolize their journey from youth to young adult. So will all of my kiddos who are still here in the RE program come stand up here over by me? Come on up. There you go.
All right, and it is the adults in the congregation who have the responsibility of welcoming these bridging youth into young adult life. I invite all those who are young to come up. I see a few out there. And can we also have the RE teachers?
Okay, here it is, parents. We're going to let our seniors cross this bridge one at a time. Reverend Christine is going to call their names, so have your cameras ready. Move to where you want. All right.
Lawrence Scow. Theo Thomas. Adrian Tice. Star Ashburn.
All right. Congratulations, you guys. We're so proud of you. Everyone can take their seat now. So in memory of their life here at Emerson, we put together a little video of their life that we want to share with you. And a very special thank you to Alex Douglas for doing this for me. We appreciate it very much. So enjoy.
I'm not prepared for the future. So many things that I just don't know. I cut my hair, bought a new shirt, new pair of shoes, and it's time to go. I finally found an apartment, signed a lease on a car this month. I can't go back to the start now, time doesn't slow down. I'm on my own. Guess my childhood is over now. I'm taking down my posters and I'm putting all my things inside a box next to a toaster. That's my closest thing to closure. I can't stop this roller coaster. I'm not ready to get older. I'm not ready to get older. Guess my childhood is over now. I'm taking down my posters and I'm telling all my friends we'll get together next October. That's my closest thing to closure. I can't stop this roller coaster. I'm not ready to get older. I'm not ready to get older. I'll be 20. Now 30 don't seem so far away. I know I gotta make a little money, then maybe find somebody to call my own. I'm ready, but I can't go back in time. I know it's all out of my control now. I know. Guess my childhood is over now. I'm taking down my posters and I'm putting all my things inside a box next to a toaster. That's my closest thing to closure. I can't stop this roller coaster. I'm not ready to get older. I'm not ready to get older. Guess my childhood is over now. I'm taking down my posters and I'm telling all my friends we'll get together next October. That's my closest thing to closure. I can't stop this roller coaster. I'm not ready to get older. I'm not ready to get older. Childhood is over, one day I'll be buying posters for my kids just like my parents did for me. It's never over, they'll grow up and soon enough they'll wish the time would just move slower. I'm not ready to get older, I'm not ready to get older. Yes, my childhood is over now. I'm taking down my posters and I'm putting all my things inside a box next to a toaster. That's my closest thing to closure. I can't stop this roller coaster. I'm not ready to get older, I'm not ready to get older. Prepared for the future. So many things that I just don't know. I cut my hair, bought a new shirt, new pair of shoes, and it's time to go.
As you approach this special time, a product of the years we just saw fly by on the screen, the Emerson Choir has a message for you. You are a yes. When your dreams hit hurdles, as some of them might, remember your dreams are a yes. When your values get criticized, and even your identity gets questioned, remember they are a yes. And when that maybe inevitable moment comes when you yourself are the one doing the questioning, remember that behind you there's an entire community that has watched you grow, cheered you on, honored your achievements as well as your stumbles, and filled with people who will always be here to remind you, you are a yes. As you go out into the world and write that great story of you, we hope you'll hang on to these words and to the support of all of us here at Emerson. Congratulations.
Lift your eyes, claim your place, feel the sunlight on your face, embrace the day. Stand up tall, speak out proud, dare to live your life out loud, and make your The time has come to touch the sky, You are whole, you are strong, you are what's never wrong. Your light shines through our yes. Sing your song, fierce and free, share the yes, you time has come to touch the sky, so spread your wings and fly. You are a yes, you are an inspiration, a story to be told. You are a yes, you are a celebration, a wonder to behold. Never a neither, no either or. You are so much more, so much more. You are a yes. Don't force yourself in someone else's lives. The very star of who you are was always meant to shine. Time to shine. You are a yes, you are an inspiration, a story to be told. You are a yes, you are a celebration, a wonder to behold. Never a neither, no either or. You are so much more, so much more. You are a yes, a story to be told. You are a yes, a wonder to behold. You are a yes, you are a yes.
Thank you. That was beautiful, and I promise we're almost to the end of this, guys. Grip the edge of your chairs. All right. Can I have the 4 graduates come stand right up here? Oh, don't sound like me. You're not that old yet. All right. So, to each of you, your Emerson family wants to give you a gift. Inside, you will find a chalice to take with you through your life. This chalice is born of clay and water from the good earth, just as you were born here on earth. It was shaped by the skilled hands of a former Emersonian artisan, and some of you will know him, Nick Jokay. Just as those in this Emerson community have had part in shaping you. It was fired with flames to bring out the chalice's beauty and strength, just as the challenges of life will bring out your beauty and your strength. Light this chalice wherever you go to remind you of the light that you are and the light that this community will always be available to you. Thank you for being a light in our lives, and may that light continue to shine for all those who come into your life.
Well, as the service comes to a close, and we are going to just wrap it up with words, woe ya ya in our hearts, as you move forward, I'm going to close with these words that I want to share with you from the Bhagavad Gita. It is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live in imitation of someone else's life with perfection. Would you do me the biggest favor of putting out the chalice? We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again. Thank you. And I have one announcement for the end of the service. Next week will be the congregational meeting, where we will meet right after the service in here for hopefully just 20 minutes or so before coffee. And that will be an opportunity for us to vote on the slate of the next leaders for the following congregational year, and also the budget for the following year. And you had something about RE?
I had a couple things. Next week is the closing party for RE, so bring your kids. But the parking that's usually available by the Memorial Garden, the grass, some people use that, it will not be available next week. So you'll need to park at the mall next door, the strip mall. And also, the family RE, please stop by. Millie made green punch, and she knows all the kids want it, so grab a glass of punch and take it upstairs to the family RE.
Oh, great. Go now in peace and take peace wherever you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.